Hey guys, this is Sam from The Grid Games with another deck tech. This one in lieu of Journey to Nyx coming out officially this weekend. We have a bit of a Maze's End brew. So obviously we have the full set of Maze's Ends. We have at least two of every gate, except we have one less Simic gate and one more Golgari Guild gate. The reason for that is that black is more prevalent in this brew than blue is. And so I felt like cutting the one Simic for the one Golgari is a big deal. Now that Acidic Slime is not in the format, things of that nature, there's not as much land destruction. It's much easier to get away with one-ofs as gates. As you see the swamps and the forests here, that's because I really want to be able to cast Gate Creeper Vine on 2, Centaur Healer on 3, and being able to cast Pharika's Cure, which is double black, early in the game against aggressive decks, is very important, as well as Duress out of the sideboard. So that's pretty much the lands. Now we're going to get onto the card choices. So the metagame online is a lot of burn, a lot of mono black, not a lot of control. This is because mono black and burn are the cheapest decks. Mono black the cheapest tier 1 deck. Burn has become tier 1, but before like the last, month or two, it hasn't really been. So that's just picking up popularity. So against burn, obviously I have this card Heroes Reunion. Target player gains 7 life, which saw absolutely no play up until this point. Hasn't even seen play in like the limited format. So why is it good, you ask? Well, for 1 card and 2 mana, you're blinking 2 of their cards and 4 of their mana. Sometimes up to 6 of their mana if they're like War Leader's Helixing and Lightning Striking you. So it's a 2-for-1 that also extends the game, which is exactly what we want to do when the earliest we can win is turn 10. Yeah, I guess sometimes turn 9, but with Urban Evolution or whatever. So like, what we're trying to do is just Heroes Reunion, gain a bunch of life, draw 2 more cards out of the hand, extend the game when Maze's End. Same thing with Centaur Healer here. Now, you may think this card is a little silly. It's a 3/3. You gain 3 life when it enters the battlefield for 3 mana. But not only is it very good against burn, it blinks all their Ashes Zealots and everything like that, it's also very good against mono black because it matches up well with Grey Merchant and it sacks Desecration Demon. So that is why that card is good. Gate Creeper Vine, we just basically throw it in the way of anything coming at us in burn decks. It also gets us swamps for Pharika's Cure against burn and against other aggro decks. And it again sacks Desecration Demon. War Leader's Helix, same thing. Just a good removal spell against burn. Good removal spell for Nightveil Spectre. That could really mess us up, by the way. Nightveil Spectre is a card against this deck, primarily because if they hit like our one of gate, like Simic Guild Gate, or if they hit 2 gates in a row, it's really going to get to us. Cerulean Gatekeeper is a 2/4 sacks to Demon. I'm going to be saying that a lot. And you gain 7 life, great against burn. Dreadbores are for the demons. Devour Fleshes are for things like Blood Baron and Desecration Demon. Ultimate Price, some extra removal, Pharika's Cure against burn decks. So that's pretty much the main deck. Obviously, we have the Urban Evolutions here to keep the engine going and speed up the kill a little bit. The sideboard is a little more interesting. We have the Control package on the right and the Aggro package on the left. So in the aggro package, you're going to see things like Riot Control, which for a red deck trying to go very wide, we just gain a bunch of life, prevent a bunch of damage, extend the game. Anger of the Gods, also very good against mono blue. It just kills everything in its path. And Merciless Eviction, again, just kills everything. This is also a decent answer to Elspeth in the control deck. So now we get to the control package. Sometimes we have to win earlier than turn 10 in the control decks, for reasons such as Pithing Needle. Some of the decks will have Pithing Needle in the sideboard, some mono black decks as well, and we need to win before turn 10, or our Maze's End win isn't possible for us, so we have to win through damage, which is the way of Crackling Perimeter. So tap and untap gate you control. Crackling Perimeter deals 1 damage to each opponent. The card is fantastic. Duress. Target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and that player discards that card. So that is also very good against control and mono black. So these are kind of our 2 packages here. When we're putting in control stuff, we're taking out anti-aggro stuff like Pharika's Cures and Heroes Reunions. Usually a Devour Flesh or whatever. And we're putting in aggro stuff we're usually taking out the Dreadbores, the Devour Fleshes, the Ultimate Price, sometimes even an Urban Evolution or two. So that's pretty much the deck. I'm going to run it through a few matches. I wouldn't change very much. The new Oblivion Ring is an idea. Deicide is an idea. But I think this deck is pretty much going to stay the same. Depending on your metagame, you're going to want to put in Supreme Verdict and maybe Kiora's. But that's all metagame dependent. The metagame online, because people already have collections in their hands in person, people don't really want to spend a lot of money on Magic Online. So people tend to play the cheapest decks, which right now are Mono Black and Burn, while still trying to be Tier 1. And I think this deck just feasts on those very well. We have a lot of things to sack the Desecration Demon and prolong the game. We have ways to gain life so they can't Grey Merchant us out. And we can win on turn 9 or 10 very consistently. So this is the deck, and I'll see you guys for round number 1.